The trade deadline situation was crazy. Kevin Durant goes to the Suns, Kyrie goes to the Mavericks. There's reports where both of them might actually meet up on the same team again. I'm hearing reports about that in the future, but I mean, that's another story for another day. But the Clippers, as I said in last week's video, they had some low key, good, trades that they made in regards to getting the services of, players like Eric Gordon, and then you got Mason Plumlee, and then you also got Bones Hyland, the highly recruited young player out of Denver who was a really good young prospect to me in regards to, what the Clippers can use going forward. And, he's like the player that I think that they thought they would get out of maybe Brandon Boston or maybe one of the other young guys on their roster that they haven't really gotten out of yet. But regardless, those other young guys don't get that much playing time to me, enough to really see what they have. But regardless, Bones Hyland is a very, very capable young player. He's a starter in this league. He was playing great minutes for the Denver Nuggets. I think he'll serve well for the Clippers. But either way, when you think about it, the Clippers have, 3 buyout options that they can go for, regardless of the 3 trades that they made. They got 3 buyout potential options they can go for to add to their roster to make their depth a little bit more seasoned or filled out, if you should say. And the 3 that they have currently right now is Russell Westbrook. And then you have Derrick Rose, which I think that would be a really good ideal situation. And then, of course, you have Patrick Beverley. And we all know Patrick Beverley was once a Clipper. I'm pretty sure Patrick Beverley would love to come back to the team that he feel like he grew the most with, the team that he built the most with as a player, and the culture and everything with this team. I'm pretty sure he would love to come back. Pretty sure a lot of Clippers on the roster would like him to come back as well. Just having him on the roster with the Clippers, he was like a perfect fit for what they did as a team and the culture and everything there. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's one of those buyout pieces that I think that the Clippers definitely would look into. Honestly, I feel like the Clippers should look into all 3, specifically. But me personally, if I had to pick one, I know a lot of people might look at Russell Westbrook because Russ, is a top 75 player. He did play pretty decent for the Lakers coming off the bench. He sacrificed a lot for the Lakers to try to be a part of the crew. It just didn't work out. They were trying to trade him the whole time, and there was a lot of disrespect there, because Russell Westbrook, he did make a lot of mistakes. He does make a lot of mistakes on the court, but at the same time, in regards to turnovers and things like that. But Russ wasn't to blame for everything that went down in LA. I mean, LeBron, you had to give him a lot of that blame too, because he requested for Russ, knowing that Russ has never won a championship when playing with other superstars. LeBron thought he can, maybe, mold Russ to be a lot different, but he couldn't. And he saw that he couldn't. And he's not old. He's not young enough to put a team on his back anymore to make up for the mistakes of Russell Westbrook and other players around him. So now, they cut bait with Russ. Now he's in this situation where he's going to be a part of a buyout, and I think he, be a good fit for some teams, but not a championship team that's going for trying to win a championship. I just don't know if he'd be a good fit for that, me personally, because I just don't see championship DNA in Russ. I don't see it. I just see, individualized talent, and that's as far as it goes. Championship? No, I don't see that. I never saw his game to that level, which is the reason why he's played with multiple superstars and never have gotten to that level. Or never has reached a championship, because, like I said, the way he plays is reckless at times, and it doesn't coincide with, playing basketball accordingly, how you're supposed to execute plays at a high level when you're supposed to in a game in a timely fashion, and being the superstar you need to be at the right time in a game to put yourself over the hump and be a winner. And that's not what Russell Westbrook is. He can win a lot of regular season games, but he can't put a team on his back and win a championship. He doesn't make players around him better to the point where they're a dominant team and they can't be beat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Russ is a great player, but his greatness doesn't equate to winning. And that's not what the Clippers need, to me. So if you ask me, I think the Clippers need to more so go after, Patrick Beverley, maybe, reunite with Patrick Beverley or add Derrick Rose. I think Derrick Rose still has a couple seasons left in him. I think Derrick Rose still got some game left. I think Derrick Rose is not finished. He is a former Finals MVP, one of the greatest players that I watched, for his few years of dominance. I wish he could have stayed healthy. He definitely would be a top 75 player if he could have stayed healthy, no doubt. But regardless, I still think he has a lot of basketball left in him. And there again, you're talking about a point guard who can score on his own, still can get to the basket, still can finish crafty around the rim, but who is understanding who he is now and understanding that, he wants to win. And Derrick Rose has always wanted to win. And that's the one thing I always liked about Derrick Rose. He was the guy at one time, but he always had the mentality of, I don't care about anything else. I want to win. I want to be a winner. I want to be looked at as one of the greats. You know what I'm saying? That was always his mentality. And I know that's still his mentality, but of course he can't put a team on his back the way he once could and just shoulder the load and do all the things he once could do. But he's still a formidable point guard, and he can knock down. He has a better jump shot now than what he had back in the day, actually, when he was a superstar. So my point is, coming to a team like the Clippers, they can use somebody like Derrick Rose because he's really a traditional point guard. He knows how to play the point. That's his actual natural position. And he's going to play it at a high level. And whenever you have him come into the game, you know what you're going to get. Derrick Rose can get to the rim still. Derrick Rose is willing to pass, and he's not selfish. And Derrick Rose can knock down a wide open three if given it to him. So my point is, having somebody like him, I think the Clippers would benefit very well, especially in a buyout situation where he's not even really playing with the Knicks, not even getting no playing time on a Knicks team that's, doing fairly decent at the moment, but they'll crash on their face soon because the Knicks are just the Knicks. They're just not, a formidable team in regards to being a contender or something like that in the Eastern Conference. They're just a team in the Eastern Conference, and that's all they are. And that's all they're going to be going forward, I believe. I don't see them getting any better unless, Julius Randle ups his game to another level. I think Jalen Brunson is upping his game every time I see him play. But unless Julius Randle ups his game to another level, along with the way Jalen Brunson is playing, I don't see the Knicks doing anything anytime soon. So they might as well, hop off of Derrick Rose and let somebody else jump on because Derrick Rose still got game left. And I think he could benefit the Clippers the most out of the three in the buyout in regards to helping the Clippers win a championship. That's just my opinion. Now, of course, you guys might think different, so definitely leave your comments so we can talk about it. But I think Derrick Rose would be a better fit, even than Patrick Beverley. Even though Patrick Beverley was with this team before, he understands the culture, he's a part of it. But Patrick Beverley is a distraction to me, to teams at times, because all the antics and dumb things that he be doing, it really hurts the team overall. I mean, it does. I mean, like some of the fouls and some of the technical fouls he gets, and the technicals and stuff like that. When you think about all those type things, those are points, because when you get a technical foul, when you get a tech, the other team shoots free throws. And that's points given to them that they didn't earn because they didn't run down the court. They didn't set up a play. They didn't, run a certain set. They just got a free throw, free opportunity to score because Patrick Beverley is doing some dumb shit basically and putting you in a situation where it's like, oh, okay, you got to live with it because this is who Patrick Beverley is, but you're giving the other team momentum. You're giving them points, and you got to sit Patrick Beverley down possibly because he might be in foul trouble or he got his first technical and he might say something out the way, get his second. Now you got him kicked out the game. And that's one of your defensive players or a player that's known to somewhat play defense, I'll say, out of the game. And that's why I said, like, Patrick Beverley has his good moments, but he has his bad moments where he allows teams to get back in the games, or he'll allow teams to kind of build some type of momentum and give him extra points because he'll get a technical foul, or he's a little too feisty sometime on defense, and he'll do things where it'll put it'll get other team momentum. It'll put Luka or whoever they're playing. It'll put whoever on the line for extra points, extra free throws they wouldn't have got if they had somebody who played more in control of their game and how they play. Now, Derrick Rose can't defend the way Patrick Beverley can in most people's minds. So I'll say this, Derrick Rose, to me is still a better fit because he can score a lot better and he's a lot more efficient with his scoring and he's just a more well-rounded player. I mean, Patrick Beverley is known to be an irritant and all those things. Derrick Rose can still give you 16 to 18 points a game with about 6 or 7 assists a game. He can do that. And no doubt about it. I mean, Derrick Rose can do that still. And having somebody with that type of production, who is a veteran, who's been in the league a while, who knows how to play basketball at the highest of levels, who was a superstar, who carried a team in the Bulls to where they, to where they got to and how good of a team they were. You got somebody who understands the game from another level. And this is the reason why I said the Clippers will be good getting somebody who's a veteran like him, who understands the game from another level, who can give them, great minutes when he comes in, unselfish, definitely wants to win and definitely wants to be in that winning situation. And that's the type of player I think even Kawhi Leonard would appreciate a lot as well. And Derrick Rose, because he knows who he once was, but he knows who he is now too. And he also knows Derrick Rose wants to win, and wanting to win is hard to do in this league. So when you get an opportunity, you definitely got to jump on it. So if I were the Clippers, if they're going to get any extra piece, I would definitely go after Derrick Rose, me personally, and, leave it at where it's at. You got Eric Gordon, you got some other pieces, there that you acquired, which were some good low-key pieces. You add somebody like a Derrick Rose or somebody like that to the team. Now you got something going, because whereas you look at other teams, they may acquire bigger pieces, but you got all the right pieces that you need, because you already got two of your big fish, which is Kawhi and PG. You already got them. You already got your superstar players that you need. You just need role players around them to fit and to also play their role at a high level when you take Kawhi and PG out, or when they're actually not playing their best of basketball in regards to shooting percentage and, all those things. You got to have a well-rounded roster that can give you, balance. And I feel like Derrick Rose can give them that balance. He will pass. He will score at times. And on top of that, he's unselfish and he'll do whatever you need him to do. Come off the bench in the starting lineup, whatever it needs to be. He's going to give you a decent to really good level of basketball whenever he's in the game. So me personally, if I were the Clippers, don't hesitate. If you got a chance to get Derrick Rose, you take him over Patrick Beverley and Russell Westbrook. Yeah, Derrick Rose may get hurt some, but like I said, you don't have to utilize him that much. Just utilize him when you need him. And on top of that, utilize him more in the playoffs when he's really going to, play at his best. Derrick Rose has always played good in the playoffs. Even his numbers as when he got older, he still played good in the playoff percentage wise. A couple seasons ago with the Knicks, when he was in the playoffs, he played like actually their best player. He played better than Julius Randle. So this is my point. Derrick Rose is going to show up if he's healthy, if he can play, in which he's been, staying healthy for the most part. He's had injuries, but, still how they utilize him would be good. They don't need much out of Derrick Rose because they got Bones Hyland. They got a young point guard. They just need an older veteran point guard to season him a little bit more and to play a little bit, show him by example, and balance it out to where they can get what they need. And this way they can put themselves in position to possibly win a championship. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Also, hit the notification bell, subscribe so you can get the newest content. And hey, till next time.